If you don't include the fruit and veg shop where I had my Saturday job as a teenager, or the river piers I worked on in my summer holidays, I've spent 25 years in the workplace. The positions I've held and the companies I've worked in have varied, but they were all office jobs. From my first full-time role as the office junior to C-suite and board positions, all these jobs would these days be referred to as part of the knowledge economy. All of these roles would now be subject to disruption from the rapid rise of artificial intelligence, some of them with the same devastating effect that my mother's profession was, following the launch of Microsoft's Windows 95. You see, my mum was a typesetter, which involved her taking other people's words and laying them out beautifully in book form. This was a very specialised skill set which, thanks to Bill Gates' pledge to put a PC on every desk and in every home, has become more a vocation for the few than a profession for the many in the intervening years. As a child in the 1980s, I remember helping my mum change fonts, an elaborate process which involved ejecting the Helvetica cartridge from the hard drive and replacing it with a Garamond cartridge. The enormous orange Quadratec 1200 computer she worked on in the spare bedroom was the pinnacle of word processing technology in 1979, because you could plug in up to 4 fonts at a time. My mum moved with the times and upgraded by investing in an astronomically expensive Apple Macintosh computer in 1994. But her entire business model was almost extinct 10 years later. The timing of my working life also means that I've had a front row seat at the theatre of digital transformation for 25 years. This has taken many forms, and they haven't all been grand enough to call them change programs. But from launching companies' first websites and apps, to migrating conflicting CRM systems, to digitizing tens of thousands of paper records, we now all realise that scanning and PDFing was really not digitizing anything, to bringing together the disparate systems and processes of all entities in a 6-way merger. Managing change has formed a significant chunk of, and persistent drumbeat to, my career. Most companies are doomed to failure when it comes to unlocking value from artificial intelligence, for the same reasons they tend to fail at all types of digital transformation. So in this chapter, we will explore what those reasons are, and what can be done to reduce the failure rate of change programs. During June 2023, while carrying out an industry survey of CTOs, CIOs, and technology leaders about their own digital transformation experiences, I also conducted a meta-review of hundreds of surveys, thought leadership reports, and research papers from academics, consulting firms, and trade bodies to establish the current state of play, levels of technology investment, and common problems of businesses facing into data-driven business change programs. Given the seismic impact the pandemic had, and is still having on ways of working in just about every business in the world, I read with interest, but largely discounted, any research predating COVID-19, and focused the review instead on research and content published since 2020. The most often cited statistic on this issue in the last few years, which almost everyone I spoke to took as gospel, is the Boston Consulting Group finding from 2020 that 70% of digital transformations fail, often because of a lack of cultural readiness. Since then, many thousands of business leaders in every industry sector have been quizzed on how their businesses operate and how their past or present data transformation programs have fared. Here are some of the key statistics from that review, grouped loosely into 3 categories: culture and skills, leadership, and the pace of technological change.